Hey everyone, welcome to my Mompreneur studio. I am Anissa Crespo, and on this very special series and episode of She Swaps, we are celebrating moms for Mother's Day. And today I am talking to Dr. Araba Afenyi-Annan, and I'm so excited to have her here and hear all about her journey. So welcome. How are you today?
I'm fine, Anissa. Thank you so much for the opportunity to chat with you and your listeners today. I love the fact that we are women who are supporting other women. So I want to give props and to all the mothers out there who will be celebrating Mother's Day in a few days to really celebrate them as well.
Yes, absolutely. We do need to be celebrated because we oftentimes wear a lot of hats, don't we? So, why don't you share with us a little bit about all of the hats you wear?
Wonderful. Thank you. I'm happy to. So I am a physician who is retired from medicine. And now I'm a certified counselor. I am a speaker, a pending author, book in progress, and do parenting coaching. So I particularly my niche is really, my focus right now is supporting moms of faith who are struggling with frustration and overwhelm to integrate spiritual practices into their parenting so that they can worry less, raise happy kids, and navigate the journey of parenthood with confidence and grace.
I love that. Yeah, and that's got to be really challenging. I mean, especially just in the world we live in today. We're in some strange times, I feel like. So, why don't you share with us just a little bit about some of the challenges that you've come across that you've had to overcome, just yourself and then even with some of your clients?
Sure, happy to. So I didn't mention, this is number one, I have children. I have two children, one who's 18 and on her way to college in the fall, and one who's 16. So a girl and a boy. I'm lucky to have one of each. And like myself, many of the clients I see, they're struggling with how not to be so reactive when their children are pushing their buttons. They know they're triggered, but they're not sure how to navigate that, how to really be that calm parent. Because when they overreact, then they feel guilty. And it's this cycle, right, of feeling guilty, trying to do your best, wearing all the hats, feeling unappreciated sometimes, and really like you can even lose yourself in being a mother. I think that's really easy. And for me, that became an issue, particularly as I was no longer working as a physician, being retired due to a permanent injury was life-changing for me. And so I had to learn to parent from a different place and space.
Wow, that's incredible. So, who is your ideal client? Like, who is it? Is it parents with younger children, or does it make a difference?
Yeah, it's particularly, I'd say, school aged. So I really love the elementary years because there's a place where your child's personality is more developed and you are understanding them as their own being, right? When they're younger, you still feel like so attached, but then they're sort of asserting themselves. So those elementary school years, fourth through eighth grade, I think are ideal. That's with, and people who are mothers who have some sort of faith or spiritual background.
Yeah, those are really critical years when it comes to just learning and personality development and behavioral development, I feel like. So I love what you're doing and I love who you're helping. And would you like to share with us about your book project?
Sure. So, as I said, being a parent who is living in chronic pain, multiple surgeries year after year and, requiring medical support, I had to learn to parent differently. And there was the blessing in that was was a parent who encouraged my children to be independent, but also really strengthened that deep connection with them so that they always knew they could come to me with anything. I really got to know them as people as they were moving along, and an incredible experience and really helped me to see where I brought things in from childhood that didn't match who my children are and who we are living in these times. And oftentimes we have a vision of what we think it's going to be like, and we're really trying to stick to that vision, and they're not cooperating. So, really learning to let go of those childhood wounds, those things that we feel like we need to do, and really looking at who is the child you have and how do you best support them? How do you best support yourself?
Yeah, that's really is so important and great points too. So, what would you share with other mothers out there who are struggling to balance it all between, working, whether it's business ownership or working their job or whatever, and then trying to be a good parent, trying to avoid that mom guilt that we're all guilty moms of having? Um, what kind of tips would you give to us?
Sure. So the number one thing is quality matters way more than quantity. Absolutely. And that you can parent from a place that you are not worried, that you are actually feel clearly God's source presence with you and with your child. And so you really are not in a constant state of worry. How to let that guilt go and learn really self-compassion for yourself, deepening your connection with your intuition, with your inner knowing, with source. And also, I think the balancing of the hats. One, we have to celebrate ourselves. Two, we have to offer ourselves grace. And three, we have to know that everything doesn't need to happen at the same time. So I have these three questions to help direct myself for what I need to do next in the current moment. And it's, does this need to happen? Does this need to happen by me? Does it need to happen by me now? And using that has been so helpful because I begin to see where I'm focusing on the easiest thing in the moment, but maybe not give me the gain that I really need long term, or I'm focusing on emergency after emergency, and I need to help myself go like this by knowing that I'm appropriately prioritizing. And I'm prioritizing myself because one of the pieces in my book is that I learned that we're always teaching people how to treat us, how to love us. And when we begin this dynamic of always sacrificing to our children, um, what are we teaching them, about who we are, but also the value, because then they take that on to the next generation. And I'm passionate about supporting moms to have that mastery in their parenting, but also to heal this past dysfunctional family patterns that continue to be passed down generation after generation. Um, yeah.
Wow, I really love that. I mean, that's powerful because a lot of us, I know for myself, it has taken me years to break these generational curses and, things that were said to us, things that happened to us, the way we live, just different routines that we were in and habits that we were taught, super unhealthy things for me and my family anyway. And, to be able to recognize that and to unlearn, sometimes it's so much harder to unlearn something than it is to learn something new, right? So
Absolutely.
I think those are such great points. And I love those three questions that you ask. And you're absolutely right. It's, for me, I always have to remind myself as a mom who is a business owner and needs to be in control of everything. Like, it's really not in my time, right? It's in God's time. And
Fine
it will
time.
happen when He says so, if it's meant to happen, right? So I love all of that. I love what you're doing. I am going to make sure that our audience has all the links that they can connect with you. Are you working on any special projects right now?
Yes, thanks for asking. So I have an upcoming workshop on May 19th at 2 p.m. Eastern entitled Becoming a Patient Parent. 3 keys to cultivating patience, reducing stress, and raising happy kids. So I'm very excited about this clearly hands-on interactive workshop that I'm doing. I'm also offering a free, session, discovery session for people to really get to know me and I can get to know them and see if we're a good fit. I have a 6-month masterful empowered parenting program that really goes through all the different themes that we talked about, values and vision, boundary setting, mastering prayer and power and presence, communication and connection, and finally leaving a lasting legacy. So thank you. I'm super excited about these. These are all new projects and my upcoming workshop on May 19th.
All right. That sounds amazing. Yes. But if somebody did want to reach out to you, what would be the best way?
They could email me directly at hooray4healing@gmail.com. That's the easiest way. They could also find me on Facebook, or they could follow me on Instagram.
All right, perfect. Dr. Araba, thank you so much for joining me today and sharing all of these wonderful tips with our audience. And I hope you have a wonderful and blessed Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you. You too. And I look forward to hearing from anyone in your audience who's interested in learning more. I currently offer a free 30-minute Mom's Mini Mastery session for moms who are seeking support. So I'd love to hear from you. I'm wishing you an amazing Mother's Day and thanking you for all you do.
Yes, thank you so much. And mamas out there, please reach out to Dr. Araba. She's wonderful and she's doing amazing work.